What is good? Welcome back to the channel. Yes, sir. So this is a new room, but same location. Um, and for this reason, I'm actually going to be using my notes. So I send it to my laptop so I can read off of it. This video might be longer than 10 minutes, might not. But I'm going to go over why men should always vet their women. So let's start off with I'm going to be talking about me personally, my preferences. So if any woman's watching this, hey, here it is. What attracts Sterlo? Oh my gosh, like this is the secret sauce. Um yeah, I mean, it's not crazy. Honestly, any man with that holds himself in high regards or they have standards, they're gonna agree with everything that I say. Um, so yeah, let's jump right into it. Say my mandatory and non-negotiable traits for a long-term relationship. Okay, so this big one's gonna probably people might click off. People might stay and be like, oh, tell me more. But this is definitely going to be controversial. Possible marriage and kids. So, what is the requirement for that? For me, they have to be a virgin. Okay. So, yeah. I believe any woman that has had any relationships, sexual relations with a man in the past, that they are disqualified because that's going to be something that's always going to be embedded in their subconscious. They're always going to be thinking about it. They're always going to do comparisons. They're always going to wonder what will happen after, or what are they up to? What are, even if they are deceased, like they're like, oh, what could have been? You know what I mean? No man wants to deal with that, especially when dealing with a woman. Like they want them to be secluded with, or like all focus needs to be on the current relationship. And that's what women don't like to share. That's why when women are ran through and stuff, they they get to a point where they become disrespectful and they're like, oh, my last man did this for me. Oh, he flew me out, or you know what I mean? Nobody wants to deal with that shit. And the best preventative measure you can have, so you don't have these heartbreaks, so you don't have any sort of something that just comes out the blue, is just get a virgin. You know what I mean? I know it's damn near impossible. Big 26, right? But it's just you have to do that or else you're fucked. Especially if you're in America, bro. You can kind of get away with it if you're overseas because there's no laws and regulations that are really gonna hem you up. But yeah. So keyword possible. I didn't say it's guaranteed just because you're a virgin. If I meet a virgin woman and she doesn't want marriage and kids, but it's a fact that she's never been with any other man, that's fine. Like honestly, procreation is that comes second. What comes first is the actual bonding, the chemistry. That's what needs to be there in order for the relationship to thrive. It can't just be, oh, how many bodies do you have? Oh, it'll work now. No, that's not the case. So possible. And that's honestly, for me, it would have to be after a year of just getting to know the individual. Yeah, a lot of you're like, whoa, you're going to be, hey, that's fine. Like, I'm perfectly cool with being by myself. I am not complaining at all. All right. All right. So let's talk about the non virgins, right? Obviously, no marriage or kids with them. Damn, that sucks. But hey, that doesn't mean if I see you attempting, if I see you actually trying to put an effort to make the relationship thrive, that doesn't mean I'm not going to give my all. I just know what I can and can't what do you call it, accept or put myself in a position or jeopardize my reality, right? My living situation for emotional feelings. So I will definitely like that ranges from if you have one body, I'm talking about the females, one body, all the way to like single mothers, right? You can have several children. If I see like the girl I'm dealing with right now, currently that I've talked about in my previous videos, she's a single mom. But guess what? She does everything for me. You know why? Because she actually puts in the effort. She sees how genuine I am. And God knows, like, I'm going to give you this girl. And I already know you are very grateful for her. And, like, regardless of, how many kids she has, like, if I see her putting in effort, you're going to get the best man. I'm going to take you out. We can go to restaurants, right? I already took her out several restaurants. I cook for her. What else? Like she goes to the gym with me. So like you know what I mean? Like everything is great. Like I'm not complaining at all. But this will be a little bit further in the video. If someone else comes along, hey, I don't want to spoil it yet. But I'm gonna give it a little sneak peek. I don't cheat. I don't cheat. All right. So next, I added a little note, but I'm gonna skip that. All right. So now we can dive into personal traits, right? But they're not really that personal. Like when people say, "Oh, describe your dream woman." Oh, I want her to be this foot, this many feet. Oh, I want her to be like mine are more mentality wise. I don't really care about she could be handicapped, she could be crippled. Like as long as she meets these criterias, you know what I mean? But anyway, let's start. So submissive personality, that's a given, right? No man wants to deal with a masculine woman, a dominant woman. Nobody, unless you like getting cucked or anything along those lines. You're a beta male. So she got to be submissive outside or in and in the bedroom. Okay. Um, attractive and healthy, right? So that's a given. No race preference. I put that in quotations next to that because honestly, I'm I know I give a lot of black women shit, but if they can match this, like all that shit goes out the window. But I just know what I grew up with, and I'm just like, why would I? You know what I mean? Why would I put myself in a position? And then I have all these other races to explore with their own cultures on how they treat their men. Like, why would I stick with my own race? Doesn't make sense. All right, has hobbies, goals, interests, and willingly able to drop them to spend time or travel with me, right? On my discretion. So for that, it's like that's common. It's a lot of guys what they experience is when they have their own place. The woman usually sits around, um, they're clingy, They don't got nothing going for themselves. Like they said, oh, your girl doesn't have any hobbies. Oh, well, that's the thing. Her hobby is the boyfriend, the husband. That's her hobby. So, but I prefer if they have something, a passion or anything that they want to pursue, go for it because that gives me time to focus on what I got to focus on without worried about, oh, she's waiting for me back at home. Oh, like nobody wants to deal with that. Like, but then again, I added willingly able to drop them. So if I'm like, hey, we got to go here, boom, we got to fly here. Listen, I need you to call off what you're doing. She's like, all right, like this could be the championship game. Like if he needs me, I'm gonna drop it. Like I'm not gonna put myself above him because then that's where the masculinity kicks in. That's when it's like, oh, I can do whatever. I can yeah, saying. Okay. All right, next one. When you're with me, everything will be covered within reason. You will not receive money unnecessarily. Okay, so a lot of like guys are like, oh, let me give my woman allowance. Oh, give her a quick 200 just for, let me make it rain on her. Nah, like for me, you'll get money. I'll give you money. It got to be within reason. So if I like, hey, if you need gas to come here, like I'll slide you a little something. I'll send you some, but like if it's like food, right? You did your part. You proved yourself. You can get food. All right, and there's levels to it. There's levels. Like you won't get 5-star meals on the first date or first meetup. That's not happening. Like you know what I mean? There's levels to this shit. Anyway, now we're gonna move into. We're already 12 minutes in. See, I told you. What I will not tolerate. And every man should have a list of what they will not tolerate from their woman, not just their specific woman, any woman. So they will not experience that again. So they can pick up the cues, pick up the signs. And I recommend every guy to write down this list. And even just managing the traits and the mandatory negotiables, write all this down, like what I'm doing, so you can always remember in the back of your mind or subconsciously, like, when you write stuff down, you remember it faster compared to like, oh, if I just think about it and yeah, like that, it probably might be gone forever. All right, so start with the first one. What I will not tolerate. I will not tolerate sex being an option or postponed. Okay. I'll be honest. There's been some times where a female I was dealing with postponed sex after I requested. And they gave their reason. And I'm like, all right, it's valid. But here's the thing. This is here's where I put in parentheses. Spontaneous desire is greatly appreciated. Women generally aren't spontaneous. Okay. So yeah, make sure if they postpone, they have a date, like, or they have a time. Hey, we can get it on like as soon as this is over or whatever. Like it doesn't have to be right then and there because you know, hey, you could be in public, right? Oh, let's get it on now. Like, you know what I mean? But make sure they're honest about when they're gonna give it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody, because the thing is, they'll never bring it up. Then you're gonna have to constantly bring it up. So I'm like, just go ahead and just note that. And if nothing comes from that, it's time to move on. Okay? You got that? All right, let's move on. I'll not tolerate deliberate non-responsiveness. Okay, so ghosting. You read the message, you didn't reply. Hours go by, you're like, she's not answering my calls. Like, none of that shit. Nobody, nah. That's first grade, second grade shit. Like, nobody has time for that. I don't have time for that. Or if you're like, and it could be RL, it could be in person. Hey, what's wrong? Tell me what's wrong. Oh, nothing. Nothing. Okay, cool. Well, we're going to continue our process of this. And if you still have this shitty attitude, then it's over, because I tried to verbally get your words, your words, and try to help you with whatever problem you're dealing with. But if you can't talk, all right, next. All right, next one. I will not tolerate cheating, accusations, or any form of gaslighting. Boom! This was a big one. I had a boy I'm talking to. He's in Brazil right now, and he told me, he's like, "Oh, I had this chick, and she what do you call it? She told me, she was like, when she was leaving, they had an argument. Like, oh, if this is really over, I'll go talk to other guys." What? Like, all right, bye. Yeah, I told him just now. I was like, bro, when I was modeling, and then I had chicks. There's a chick that matched with on Tinder, and then she came over, she modeled, and then she was done. And then I was like, all right, I usually give my models a chance to prove they're a good girl, right? They're not just there for the money. They actually see genuine interest. But she wasn't going to stay for the night. And I told her, I was like, yeah, like tomorrow we can go get some food or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, you did a great job. And she was like, oh, if I go tonight, I might run into other dudes. And I'm like, all right, I see where your mind is on. Like, you think I'm one of these simp soy boys. Oh, wait, what? No, no, really? All right, no, I'm putting on my jeans right now. Okay, where are we going, babe? What? Fuck out of here. Nah. So, no gaslighting. I don't do that. Cheating accusations. Oh, did you sleep with another girl? Oh, simple as that. Simple as that. It could be that one wouldn't be a straight dump. All right, it's over. That'd be like a slow bleed. Slow bleed. Oh, okay. I see how you be thinking. Okay. And then, yeah, I'll end it along the lines. Or, oh, let me see your phone. No, you don't get to see my phone. Sorry. I only see your phone if I want to. Sorry. You want to see someone's phone? Go to someone else. You don't get to see my phone. I will not tolerate mentioning of any men as their crush. Oh, woo. This is a good one, because a lot of guys accept this shit. They accept it as water. As they drink water, right? Celebrities, streamers, whatever the fuck. Where they're like, oh, I'm so in love with, and JB, remember that shit? Justin Bieber? Oh my God, he's so dreamy. Or fucking Chris Brown, right? I get it. I understand it. I respect to the dudes. I'm not knocking them at all. But the females, it's like, all right, I already know what type of mindset you got. You know what I mean? You're worshiping these celebs. So that means whatever you do for them won't be enough. So it's like, yeah, that's it's toast, right? I had this other chick I was dealing with. She was like I was talking about I forgot what I was talking about, but she brought up Michael B. Jordan. What female, like, especially in their mid ages, not this new generation, but I'll say my generation, and I would say maybe the generation before that. Which one can look at Michael B. Jordan and be like, all right, cool. I would pass that up. All females would take that. And yeah, I was like, damn, I'm like 2 years deep. And I'm like, damn, this is really how this shit is ending. Yeah. Yeah. So I was like, wow, okay. Now, a lot of people would think, oh, you're just being insecure. You're just being insecure. No, dude. It's nothing to do with that. This is just realizing your worth, realizing who you're dealing with. And then it's like, okay, well, you worship celebrities, you worship idols. And I'm telling you, the most emasculating feeling is when you go out into public and then somehow that individual, that celebrity, whatever, comes along with their entourage, and then your female just happens to start fangirling out. How do you think that makes the man feel? All right. The only way this is acceptable is if it's a woman. That's a woman female. Woman female. If that's a woman celebrity, because then you can fangirl out. Oh, you probably listen to their music. You probably um. There's no real sexual tension there. Unless the girl you're dealing with is secretly like lesbian or bi or whatever, but even that's okay. Hey, what are you gonna do? Like, you know what I mean? Well, it's different when it's a male, because then it's like, all right, I see where your mind is at. All right, so to wrap up the video, this will go back to the first one. This is the final point I'll make. If you feel like you're in a relationship and you want to keep the relationship going, but someone else may have come along the way that you may have more chemistry with, or you may have had attraction with, or whatever, just end the relationship, right? Don't keep it going and then try to have a little side piece, and that's how disaster occurs, right? Keep it real. Tell her how you feel. You should feel like a piece of shit if she's doing everything great and then you just decided to up and leave. But if you have a valid reason, hey, like for me, hey, this girl came along. She's she's a virgin. Oh, if it's a virgin, bruh, let me chill. Oh man. But yeah, so you get the point. If there's a better match that comes along your way, you got to state to the chick why you're going to leave. You're going to end it, because that's how open doors, you leave these doors open, and then I feel like everything is kind of like God really be throwing karma at you if you do some shady shit. I feel like that's kind of like why I'm not possibly where I need to be right now. It's because of my past. And I've done things, I'm not perfect. I've done things where I could have prevented it, or I could have chose a different alternative situ- alternative method or answer to the situation at hand. But I learned, and now I'm in the best position I could have ever been. So, yeah, that's really it. We're about to hit 25 minutes. If you enjoyed, share. comment. Let me know if you agreed with everything that I said. And yeah, peace.